Welcome to Cooking with Bae. I'm your host, Lindsay. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button so that you can get notified of updates, new recipe drops, as well as I have some really exciting giveaways coming at you very soon, so you don't want to miss out on those. So let me show you what I do here. I create recipes that follow a nose to tail, animal-based way of eating. This way of eating is super nourishing, yet can be challenging to add variety and flavor. So that is what I'm here for, is for you to get inspired to add some creativity back in the kitchen. So beef tartare is on the menu today, and I know some of you are a little hesitant about raw beef, and that's okay, because yes, there is a risk when you do eat anything raw. However, if you source from quality farms and quality sources, that risk of getting sick is minimal. So I like to include raw meat in my diet because it's alive and it is super nourishing. Anytime that you cook anything, you will denature the nutrients in that food. Here's what you will need for this recipe. So the star of the show is the beef tenderloin. So let's go ahead down the list and see what else we have. We have organic Persian cucumbers because these are these have a little bit more of a crunchy like texture than any other cucumber. So I love these, and always sourcing organic produce because that way I can ensure that it is pesticide residue free. So that will be your second ingredient on the menu. Then we move over here and I have an egg. You'll need one egg, and continuing on with the raw theme, I will use one raw egg yolk. Now these were sourced from Angel Acres, a beautiful farm in Michigan that is corn and soy-free eggs and low in polyunsaturated fatty acids. Then we move on to a lemon. You'll need about a tablespoon of lemon, and once again, this is organic lemon. Then we will have avocado. I'm going to slice up some avocado. Once again, organic avocado. Slice up this. This is a little bit more for a presentation purpose. Also, we have chicharrones. This is pork rinds. This is my favorite brand for pork rinds, Redmond's Real Salt. I like to find quality salt. This means it is free of microplastics. You'll need about half a teaspoon. Apart from making your own, which I did show in another YouTube video of how to make your own tostones, I grabbed this for convenience purposes because these plantain chips are super convenient, and if one doesn't want to just spoonful with a fork, these plantain chips are amazing. They are just made with coconut oil, with some sea salt, and obviously with some green plantain. Shout out to Boos Block. One of my favorite kitchen tools is a cutting board, and a quality cutting board. Not only is this beautiful, but it is super well made. So they make tons of cutting boards and then these cute little carts, which I absolutely love. And so not only is the product really well made, but they are also a long-standing member of the National Hardwood Lumber Association, where they are required to practice sustainable forestry and sound forest management. They use renewable, sustainable North American hardwoods, such as North American hard rock maple, American cherry, American black walnut, and Appalachian red oak. So this is quality products, a quality company, and it can really elevate your culinary experience. All right, diving into the prep work, starting with our filet mignon. Pat it dry, so absorbing the moisture. So I'm using 100% reusable paper towel, 100% cotton. Take some salt, sprinkle that on there. Then you'll take your filet, and then you can put it in a bowl, and this is going to go in the fridge for 2 hours. Now, while the filet is in the fridge, we can continue our prep work. So we start by peeling our cucumbers. Then I like to slice it in half because I actually like to remove the seeds. So I'm going to cut these big enough to have a nice flavor profile. 1 tablespoon. It's about half a Persian cucumber. Next, we will take our organic lemon and squeeze it. We're gonna roll it like this so that we can extract the most juice out of here. I'm gonna cut it in half, and I'm gonna take my handy dandy juicer. I love this thing, especially in the summer. And squeeze. We have about 1 tablespoon in there, which I will add to the bowl once I start to put it all together. Next, I prepare the pork rinds. So typically, I would use a food processor if I had a lot of pork rinds to crush or to make. But since it's just kind of a fun little topping, I'm just gonna go ahead and either use my hands to start, and then I can chop it up a little bit finer with a knife. Sort of substitute these as croutons too in your salad. Just kidding, we don't make salad here. I will put the pork rinds in a separate bowl, and I can pull from that when I put it all together. When I'm almost ready to serve the tartare, then I will start cutting my avocado so that it is as fresh as possible. Spin it like so. Beautiful. You guys know that trick, right? I'm sure you do. So I was a little nervous actually yesterday when I went grocery shopping to get this avocado. It was a little hard and I wasn't sure if it was going to be ripe enough, but I did do the old brown paper bag trick. It's beautifully ripe. Put it in there with a banana and a peach, and so that helped it ripen a bit. And slice. Okay, so now that the prep work is done, it's been a couple hours. So now we take out our filet. That's right. So I'm going to show you how we prep the filet and my knife, where I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. What we want to do with this filet is we will cut off any of the fattier pieces, because just for this specific recipe for the tartare, it's not the best to have these chewy bits in your tartare. So I take them off, but I do not throw them away. You want to save these bits. These are super good and nourishing. So put it in your next egg scramble or toss it in your bone broth. Or maybe you might want to give your dog some treats too later. Pull this off too. So next, I will start by cutting 1/8 inch thick slices here. And this will be cut against the grain. Then we will flip these pieces over and once again cut them into 1/8 inches as well. Okay, next we will put them into a pile lengthwise. Try to get them pretty even so that now you can cut them into these little cubes. One bowl that you will combine your tenderloin like so. Then you will add your 2 tablespoons of cucumber. Plop it in there. 1 tablespoon of that fresh squeezed lemon. Do a 1/4 teaspoon to start. You don't want to oversalt it. Never oversalt. Go with your gut. Mix. That looks great. So I'm also going to add a little bit of pork rinds in there for the crunch. Okay, mix it up. There you have it mixed. Now, let's put it all together. Slot. Oh, that guy snuck out of there. Then you can flatten it out and make it into a nice round shape here. So the next step, add your raw egg yolk. This is the fun part. Just crack the egg. Recipe, really good. And then you just kind of shape it on there. Is I add a little bit more of the pork rinds on there for decoration. Now we'll take the plantains hate opening the bag like this. Beautiful. Take the mold out. Here you are. This is epic. This is your beef tartare. All right, now the fun part. We get to eat. This is the main event. Very excited. So I'm going to dive into this, but first, I have a guest. Remember those little trimmings that I cut off of the steak that maybe I thought that I would toss into a scramble or my bone broth? I actually saved them for a special guest, my girl. So, my girl is Choxy, and I put together a little mini tartare for her. So these are the trimmings and some extra little pieces because that's how much I love her. Some crushed up pork rinds and also an egg yolk on top. So she will be eating with me. Choxy, come here. Yeah, you, come here. Come over here, show your face. Okay, stay. Well, we are gonna enjoy our meal and we're gonna report as we taste it to tell you what we think of it. So, okay. So what I like to do is crack the egg yolk on top of the tartare. It acts like a dressing. Let's try it. Yes, the perfect amount of crunch in there. And then remember when I told you I went to about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt? You can definitely add a little bit more, but I'm glad that I waited so you can salt it to your liking, so you can add a bit more salt on here. I'm a big fan of salt. Perfect. You can add some avocado to your bites. Oh, nope, she finished. Not mine. I'm still eating. Also, you can take these plantain crisps and chips, kind of load it up like these tartare nachos almost. I just made that up. So you put some tartare on there, and then you add a little bit of avocado. Okay, wait for the crunch. So good. Okay, a clean plate means that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. This is Cooking with Faye. My name is Lindsay. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button so that you can get updates for when the next recipe drops, which is every Thursday. And you can also get news as well as we have some fun giveaways coming up, so you don't want to miss out on that. And also, if you tried this recipe, the beef tartare, please comment below. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear what you think. Maybe I'd like to hear if you changed it up a little bit, because that'll be fun to tie into maybe future recipes. So thank you so much for joining me and Choxy here today. See you next time.